And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. Shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
We are recording now. To everybody watching this video now, you are seeing a pre-recording of a stream. And to everyone who's still on the stream, I'm still present. So if you backmouth me, I'm gonna sass back. I think you turned off the via noise cancellation. Well, I don't know. We tried doing it with noise cancellation once with the keyboard, and it didn't do its thing. It didn't like help. Also, it's really loud on my ear. There we go. So I gotta fix that out. I gotta figure it out. I think the mic is a little weird. I just realized something made me really sad. I was standing here chit-chatting, but I also was sitting here realizing that I don't have the ability to get my mount because I was on earlier today. I was on earlier today to do guild missions with some. Actually, it wasn't the reason I was on. I got on to record a video specifically for the guild, to cover some things. And then when I did, everybody was like, "Let's do the easy bounty," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're doing easy bounty." One of the other officers was there presently, and he was very much helping out with it. But it wasn't my plan. Like I was planning to come on, record, do some daily looting beforehand, just to have a little fun.
I've never been here.
And then everything went to ham. It was good. We succeeded though, so there was that. Like we did great. Not that it's really hard to do them. And to everyone currently watching, I'm still never knew that. I'm just reminding you, Demo, you might someday get like, you know, a little bit of brain fog, maybe amnesia. You do say all the time how I stress you out, so maybe the stress will cause a comatic status to happen. You start sleeping for 30 years. Is my bullshit good enough for you yet? Do I need more? Lay it on thicker. Okay.
I will need more endurance.
Oh, okay. That seemed really painful. I just realized that. Wait, I have chill on. And then it also caught fire. Is it because my weapon has fire on it? It does. It has the sigil of fire. I caused essentially. I cause essentially frostbite or freezer burn, depending on how you want to look at it. Ooh. Bumped it. I mean, one day you'll give me a heart attack. I'll let Net get. I like Net gave me one the first time I saw him. Immediate. My heart immediately dropped. Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, the manually looting is such a hard thing to remember. Oh, it's a lot. It is happy though. That's the first mastery I'm going for with this character. I want auto-looting. Auto-looting and fractals.
We got company.
How far am I to... How far along am I? I think I'm only level 42. How did I get this far along? Well, then again, now I think about it, I have done several hours of this build. So, maybe it's not as surprising as I thought. Maybe I'm just dumb. I had put this off, I haven't posted the Guild Wars 2 ones a lot recently, only because I have to go back and fix one of them because it lost audio. And, with Guild Wars 2, I had a lot to chat with, so there wasn't as many quiet spots in it, so it doesn't need as much editing per se as Guild Wars 1 has, where I'm still trying to learn all the information. That's part of the reason why it's so quiet, is I'm thinking and trying to retain information. I have earned that one, right? Yeah. There's an entire section over here that I have to get to, and I forget that this mountain is quite extensive. But there's more chit-chatting than I do in Guild Wars 2 because I'm used to this mechanic and the movement and the speeds and the skills. I'm playing a class that I know well. Obviously I don't know everything about it, but I know it well enough to use without dying consistently, or constantly, I should say. Post a sign. Oh yeah, I remember this is the ooze one. We have to make ooze. We have to make the ooze obey us. I like just poking them with it. This is the best bit about the ranger is I don't have to actually do any. I don't have to use my weapons to attack you. I can use my other skills. I broke it. Okay, bash it over his head. I love that Guild Wars 2 just gives you random weapons to just attack things with. You can literally maul an enemy with just a stick. If you choose to. And I absolutely choose violence. Let's go. Give me a sign. Frightened protesters. I like how we're protesting the slimes, the oozes. Get out of the way. I love it. It's so amazing. As if an ooze is gonna listen to you. It's like trying to argue with a squirrel. It's gonna do squirrel things, and it isn't gonna ask you if you're like up to it or not. Oh my gosh. Hey. We want the big one. The little one can just pop in all they want, but we want the big one. We want veteran funds. Yeah, now we get some good ones. So yeah, but with Guild Wars 2, I know what to talk about why I'm doing things because I've done it enough that I can kind of auto do it. But with Guild Wars 1 and stuff, I'm still trying to learn mechanics and learn things and how the game works. It is an older game. It is a different game. So I'm trying to like absorb it all. So half the time you can hear me like thinking. The only way you can see how much I'm struggling to like comprehend things is if you'd seen the smoke stream that just accumulated in the room and out the window. Trust me, it was very obvious. My own fiance has caught me one time looking at this like, do you need help? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you've been staring at this thing for a while. I think you need help. Wait, oh, what if these guys are like protesting for the oozes? That's okay, that's even funnier. That explains we have to break them. And then they're getting harassed by the things that they're doing. I mean, unless you speak squirrel, don't assume that's why they talk much. Usually I cancel you, I'm canceling you and launching a lawsuit. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the squirrels being that, like, squirrels have their nature, and it's stupid to expect a squirrel to do anything else but its nature. And that's what the oozes are. I'm like, I don't know if they're protesting the oozes to be away, or they're protesting the oozes to be kept. Let me ask him.
These golems almost never malfunction.
Not sure I have enough to shut Bleak down, but I appreciate your assistance. Before you go, here's a copy of the petition to legally petition to impose legal actions upon him. Okay, so yeah, they're trying to do something with these oozes, but like they have protesters out here trying to, you know, protest oozes. So I don't know if they're like the guy is producing oozes and that's causing problems, and that makes more sense to me. Or if he is, or if he's trying to hurt the oozes and everyone's not down for it. But that's what I'm saying, like, you can't expect a squirrel to be anything but a squirrel and to behave like a squirrel. And you can't expect an ooze to behave itself. It's an ooze. Why are you seeing squirrels now? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. It's not shaming to be a squirrel any more than it's shaming to be a human. There's just certain things that each nature has. I don't know. I find it okay. Speaking of shaming people for their natures, because I was recently watching some videos about this. It's not a new thing. It's been going on forever. But there's people who are trying to make their dogs vegan. It's like, sweetie, your dog's a canine. It needs the meat. There are some fruits and vegetables. I think at least some vegetables that dogs can eat that are good for them. But they do need a meat diet basis. Period. They're hunters. They're literally, that is the whole way they survived their entire lives. Like, you can't put a dog on a meat diet basis and expect it to work. I was making fun of the American Mina, who people will cause trouble for anything you say. They have to have good reason, because you can... I know you're making fun of them for that, but I'm also sitting here like... You have to really kind of argue that. Like, it's kind of the same people that argue about, oh, my dog's vegan because I say he's vegan and he eats my food. As if the dog has a choice to eat anything except what you provide. Oh my god, imagine if you told you had you had a social media and your whole persona was my dog's a vegan and everything, and then your dog killed a rat because your dog got hungry and you just have a meltdown on camera because your dog got desperate and hunted for itself. Just someone crying on the video, just all upset. I'm not saying that should happen, and I don't want anyone to have misery, but I could literally see that being a thing, and that's how sad everything is nowadays. That people are getting upset about it. But I found some of these videos to be quite silly with that, because it's just sad. It's like, it is what it is. It should be accepted. As a human, that's the best part though. As a human, you are privileged to be an omnivore, and you can choose to eat what you want without it necessarily harming you, assuming that you, as long as you have getting your dietary needs in, you know. I'm gonna put this down. So it's getting in my way. You know what I mean? That's so nice, you know. Am I breaking this? I'm bringing it back to pieces to him. I think I am. You know, I like that, you know. I mean, like, they're canceling public figures for the most outrageous things. See, the thing is, though, the weird thing about being canceled is it used to be scary. In my opinion, I just don't care anymore. Like, I normally wait until I get all the information anymore because it's so annoying. It's like, come on. Like, cancel with someone for a good reason. Like, I don't know, they kicked a puppy and laughed about it, you know? Where do I...
Know what cannot be known.
Okay, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Make it sense, and make it be a serious thing, you know? Believe it or not, people force their children to be furry who believes they were animals in their past lives. I feel so bad for the kids. See, I think that your kids should obviously be treated like an entity, a separate entity from yourself. You know? Be treated, like, let them make decisions for themselves. Because kids are going to do that anyways. Kids are going to absolutely believe that they are animals in general, just because they're kids. They pretend. So don't stick your weird adult stuff into children. Just let them be kids and grow up and be adults as they see fit. It's kind of weird. Is a made up term, by the way, made by those dumbasses? Probably. Oh no, I just I think it's weird. I don't think you should be putting things in your own kid's head for any reason. Just don't do it. It just doesn't make any sense to do it. Do I need to hand these back to you?
Always be loyal to your crew.
I can't remember if this is a mission where I have to hand them back. I don't think so. I think it's just automatically handed back. Like I said, don't put things in your kid's head. I think just let your kids develop. If your kids got questions, then fine, but it doesn't matter what it is either. Just let your kid learn as they go along and correct them when they're wrong. Like, for instance, when your kid steals candy from the store, correct that behavior because that's immorally wrong. But don't be trying to, like, make your kid extra special, you know? Your kids are special as they are. You as a person are special as you are. You don't need extra stuff. unless that's something you choose to have going on. An example could be like, as to what I mean by you get to pick the extra stuff that you put in. Okay, there are people who try to force their kids to be like artists and stuff, or they try to force them to be, play the piano and stuff. Like, if not every kid's gonna be able to do music, for example. It's a small example, right? Just let your kids be kids. Some kids are just made to do certain things. Like, I had a friend whose dad wanted him to be an athlete. The guy just wasn't made to be an athlete. Not in the sense that he wasn't physically built for it. The guy could be an athlete. He was able to do it. He just didn't want to be an athlete. He wanted to be, I think he was a skateboarder. So it's still an athlete, but it's not like football. He wanted to play football, and he didn't do it. For years, my friend pushed and pushed and pushed against it, saying, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. And eventually his dad just accepted, okay, my son's not a football player. And he found out that he got like really strong and good at like skateboarding, really good, because it still required a lot of muscle. But like I said, don't expect anything out of your kids. Just let them grow and develop into their own selves. They will eventually become individuals. As long as you keep them morally upright and try to teach them the right ways of being a polite and nice person, or at the very least be someone charming and enjoyable, then it will all fall where it falls, you know? Yeah, they shouldn't be forced into any religious beliefs, yeah. I don't mean in the sense children act as like an animal, like a cat. Yeah, I think that like your kids will know what they want in life, you know, in time. I'm fast. That's why I said I think a lot of people. I think it's a modern day problem, really. I think a lot of parents that do this to their kids, they have this idea in their head of how their kid's gonna be, and that's not how life is. Your kid's not an accessory to you. Your kid is a combination of genetics and components of you and your partner. And if you love yourself and your partner, then you should be proud of whoever they become, assuming they don't become a horrible, evil person. Right? As long as you're like trying to make them into the best human they can be, emotionally and mentally, then you know they'll become this amazing person. You know, that's just how it is. And I find it really weird when parents try to make their kids extra. Are you not extra? Are you not special? Because I think you are. And I think it's silly. There we go. Honestly, though, speaking on like kids' development and stuff, some of them are just the most adorable things I've ever seen. With their behaviors and things. I remember my little sister was a kid, and when you have little siblings, those siblings make friends and things. The amount of times I caught those kids playing pretend and just being goofy is really adorable. And like I said, they're just let it be kids. Kids are so precious and special. It doesn't matter if they're itty bitty kids. You could have an 8-year-old running around, and that 8-year-old's gonna say some funny stuff. Like, oh my goodness. I had so many cousins from different age brackets when I was growing up that I find them so amusing to hear now as an adult. Like looking back on my memories, I'm just like, man, we were goofballs, just being all extra silly and stuff. And there are some things that 8-year-olds say that are not they're not very nice, but they're blunt and they're truthful. Like my cousin has said things like, "You're not that fat, Mom," to their mom, my aunt. I'm like, whoa. And my aunt just looked at them and goes, "Thank you." But you could tell their face as a kid. You're like, oh, well, that wasn't that bad. You know, he got to express his feelings, and his mom seemed to like it. As an adult, that face wasn't, I accept your input. It was, you're lucky you're my child, and I know that you're not meaning this maliciously, but that hurt. Oh, God. I forgot that I don't have tools. I forgot that I'm not putting tools in this character because collecting stuff with I'm not paying for tools with this character. I'm planning to get unbreaking tools eventually, because I don't like buying them. And also, it's not worth like if you're starting the game out, right? Don't worry about trying to collect mats at the beginning because they're not like super important right away. Wait until you're level 80 because then you can get the best tools that are like for farming and stuff, and then you can buy them. That's what I'm doing because it's otherwise you have a chance of ruining your ore because if you use higher you use like lower tier mining tools on higher tier stuff, you just ruin it. It literally gives you ruined ore, and you just wasted your tools and wasted the items. Plus, you end up getting stuck with a bunch in your inventory anyways. When I first leveled up, I was like getting stuck with a bunch of with mining tools in my inventory to take the space. When you hit level 80, then go ahead and start buying mining tools, start going for it, because at that point, you can collect whatever you want. It doesn't matter what, as long as you get the highest tier, like, crafting, farming tools, you can collect whatever you want. So, at that point, it's worth it. Hello! So yeah, just as an FYI, that's why I'm avoiding mining tools. I forget that I'm doing that. Because I was like, oh, I'm so used to having unbreaking tools with my other character. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do that here. Okay, we are coming up on the 30-minute mark. Anyone who is wondering why it matters for the minute mark on stream, because I got see some extra pings on here. It's because I'm recording this for YouTube, so that the YouTube channel isn't missing out anything. They get to see it in a week or two. Aw, poor Jaguar. Do I need anything here? Okay, I need to get that hero point. But I've been doing it for 30 minutes in parts, so they're smaller parts, and I just be recording while I do it. I'm glad I got some unbreaking tools when I got the deluxe. Oh really? Oh, I'm so happy for you. Both because of the expansion. That expansion's fun, and also because of the unbreaking tools. I got the unbreaking tools as a gift from my fiance on my other account, and they're the little sky skill ones. And I picked I picked the leather farming on them because most of my characters have leather, and leather is expensive. So it's helped a little bit. Not a whole lot, but it's something. Who am I? What is the rule of this lab? Only you can prevent gold fires. Necromancer's success to key. What are the two important ideas that are destined to collide? Magic and technology, necromancy, and this. Oh, what are we? The embodiment of genius. We are the future. We are the embodiment of magic. Congratulations, you're a moron. That's nice. We triggered the lab. Okay, commence. One rule is lab lead. Is that I'm in charge. The second rule of the lab is that you are not. I can wrote down experiments here, so okay, yeah. Necromancy and have are just going to collide. One, yes, okay. We are part of the alchemy, such the very beings of magic. And okay, so we are magic. That's what he's getting at. I remember that there's a specific order that he has it. You understand? I told you. Okay, yeah. Who am I? Lab genius, I think. What is the second rule of lab? Only, I am not in charge, yeah. There's important ideas to collide with. These two. What are we? Magic. Okay. There we go. Sorry. Oh, nice. Your fancy is the best, by the way. Thank you. And, I pick up the volatile magic ones. That's a good one, because I can turn it into packages of leather or trophies, axe, etc. from vendors. That is exactly true. Volatile magic is the next one I want to get, if I could have it the way I wanted to. That or unbound magic, because I have a hard time with unbound magic. And I think there is an event for this to go in there, but I don't need anything from there. Yeah, volatile magic is extremely profitable. And I like it. Volatile magic is also the funnest thing to collect, and it's really good for sky scale stuff too. Because I think you have to collect like 250 of them or something of each of those, and it's really hard to get the Volta magic when you don't have a sky skill to fly around. So being able to convert some of your mining stuff into it's very useful. And then I want to probably get Unbound Magic if I could get it, only because I have a hard time getting Unbound Magic. The only one I like getting Unbound Magic from is Bitterfrost Mountain. I keep forgetting. Bitterfrost Frontier up there. But I don't like Bloodstone and stuff. It's violent and very dangerous, and the golems scare me. Mostly it's the mesmers. The mesmers hit too hard with my character. Ooh, I accidentally hit that. That's fine. Are we? Yeah, I think we're just going here to beat these guys up. So yeah. I do wish you most luck in your endeavors with your mining tools and your expansion. The one thing about the expansion that I like is the homestead stuff, but I like decorating it. I like it because of two things. It really gives the player a chance to make their home, and it also is a really good introductory to what guild hall crafting and placement kind of looks like. It isn't quite the same because in guild halls you have to queue it to make it work, but it does make it to where players can kind of feel less intimidated about placing items and being able to adjust it. The later mounts can get pretty expensive. My friend said the Griffin costs 250 gold. It does. The Griffin costs 250 gold, and that counts with trying to get everything else. It's very expensive. But I will say this, and I used to say that the Griffin wasn't worth it. I used to say Griffin wasn't worth it because of how expensive it was and how hard it is to use. I mean, there's some players who, there's lots of players who can use a Griffin fine beforehand, but with the Wizard Towers upgrades, the masteries that come with that, they have that, they affect your Griffin and your Sky skill. So they now have it with if you've got the Wizard Tower upgrade or expansion. They have masteries that allow your Griffin to catch winds, and then Haunt, you can glide on these geysers of wind. And if you have this for your mount, it makes it to where your Griffin can catch wind. Because most people use the Griffin to fly long distance. You have to get up high, and then you can glide long distance, right? If you've got a Sky skill, some people will use their Sky skill to get up high onto a building, or they'll if you've got a mastery for it, because there's the ejection mastery that allows you, it's called something specific, but it basically throws you off your mount, and you can remount or start gliding or just straight fall. It's really fun. I love that mastery. But if you go up to that, and you can jump off your mount, and you can switch to your Griffin quickly, and then you can fly on your Griffin, and allows you to fly over all of the map, so that you don't have to actually get off your mount. It's very, very useful if you just want to leave across the map, and why you can roller beetle across most of Tyria maps. Some of the expansion maps, there's just too many things you can hit, or too many enemies or boss fights that just get in the way, and it's not as ideal. Cantha, some of the Cantha maps are like that. Ooh, I got a chest.
Rare treasure.
Some of the Cantha maps are a little bit, like there's a lot of things on the ground in the Echo Wilds area, because there's lots of elites running around things. So you get knocked off your mount pretty easily if you're not speeding through it at lightning speed. So yeah, kind of rough. Do I need anything else? Yeah, I need to get that hero point. So yeah, it's kind of nice, and I do think that Griffin is worth it now because of that specific thing. I just was horrible. I used to nosedive so much off my Griffin, and that's not fair because of the fact that it's not a good thing. I also love that here there's two players will hippie hop at each other. I don't know why they hippie hop each other. They're just two. Well, they do normally to communicate. Watching. We're gonna see. I think I have to eat this. I think this is an eating thing. Yeah, I have to eat the gross. Ooh, I don't like it. I should probably learn how to go gas, 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 and then roller beetle at some point. Exactly. Another good thing to say with the roller beetle, if a good time to practice it is during Winter's Day, because it has you running through Destiny, or not Destiny, Divinity, and it's kind of nice to be able to do it during Divinity so that you can kind of learn how to turn. I need to work on my sharp turns. My sharp turns suck. Like, I do such a poor job of sharp turns. Why is my character completely red? I don't remember. There we go. I don't remember dyeing my entire character red. Oh yeah, this is this area. So yeah. I'm gonna get up here and we're gonna swap out video footage so that people on YouTube can actually have smaller bites of Guild Wars 2 versus the hour-long chunks I was loading them in. I'm having problems with editing stuff. It's really difficult starting out. I think eventually, once I stop being dumb about it, I'll get better. But it's gonna take a moment. Until then, I've been making these into smaller chunks so that I don't like overwhelm, or that it's not as a lot of quiet going on. So we're gonna set this waypoint.
I grow more lovely all the time.
I like how give me mining tools. I'm not gonna use them. Thanks for taking up a spot in my slot inventory. Love it.
And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget.